Bullock here, and I just want to go over how you can prepare to do a listing appointment virtually. So from here, I am logged into kw.kw.com, and you're going to come down to designs on the left hand side. If you ever don't know where the designs or any of these applets are, you can always click the red KW and it will bring the name out to the right. So I am now in designs. And to start anything new, this is just the holder of the templates that you have created. To start something new, you will come down here to the blue dot with the white X. I'm going to go ahead and click on that. So a listing presentation is going to actually be something that you can either print out or you can actually share socially or on a Zoom call. And I'm going to show you how to do all of that. So we're going to go ahead and click on print and hit next. And from here, it's going to take you into all of the templates. Going to take you into all the templates. And for this demonstration, we're going to come down and go to listings and click on listing presentation. Now this will bring up two different templates here. This one over here is maybe a little bit more modern, and this one is a little bit more traditional. If you're using to print this one, it becomes kind of ink heavy because there are a lot of dark backgrounds. But if you want to use it for a virtual, it would actually be perfect for that. So I'm going to go ahead and click use for that one. And it's going to bring that up. Now what you are going to see is you're not going to see anything here on the screen. It's mainly because you're going to come over here and start to bring in what you want. So this is where there are instructions, so you could actually bring the instructions in if you needed to know how to use this. Although this is pretty simple. You first go through and click on the pages that you think you want to use. And what that's going to do then is load these pages over here and get them ready to be able to be used and edited. And so I'm just going down and clicking on a couple pages that I think I'm going to want within my presentation. Get this one. And you can click on as many as you want, depending on what you want your listing presentation to look like. You know, literally just going through here. The thing is if you click too many and you go back and you're reviewing it, I'm going to show you how you can actually delete any of these pages. So in the beginning, you may actually want to bring in as many pages as possible, and then you can start working with it and deciding if you need to just get rid of some pages. And so a couple more pages here. And let's get the promise and the bottom line and the back page. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and edit these pages. So I'm going to, down here at the bottom, click on pages, and that's going to bring up all of the pages that I have inserted. Now what it does in the beginning, it actually does put a blank page in the very front page. So you will want to come here and drop this box down and go ahead and delete that first page because it's just a blank page. So then you can see all the other pages here. Now if you are getting ready to work within them, all you have to do is click it and it will bring that page up, and you can start to literally start to work within it. And I like, if I have to type things, I come up here to the top where it's the little toolbar. You see that you have your fonts, the sizes. This is the typewriter, which is one thing that I really like to use a lot of. So if I'm in this box, I'm going to hit the typewriter. It just makes it a little bit easier way to be able to edit things. And I'll hit Save Changes. You can see that it's now put that in there. I can also move that around if I want to. I can even it up. I can also come here and change out my photo if I want to. I can use that photo, or I could actually, you know, the best way to do this is to maybe have a photo loaded up of the house that you're getting ready to go on a listing, whether you found it from a past MLS or maybe a past listing and took a screenshot of it. And so that's what I've done here. I just took a screenshot and I've loaded it up into my photos so I could use it in my listing presentation. Now you can also just use the standard ones if you want to, because maybe you don't have anything of the house. Maybe it's never been listed before. Okay, so that one's looking good. So now I'm going to go on to page 2. Let's see what we have here. So this is where we can also insert the picture of the house. I can then come in here and change the address. If I want it to look like they had it, I'll go ahead and put in some returns. We'll hit save. Okay, so I can move this around. I can also make it a little bit smaller if it's maybe a little bit too big. Okay, then I can start coming down here and adding in what my property is. I can, how many bedrooms, the baths. You could also do this as a standard for the neighborhood if you want. Maybe a standard for the neighborhood is a 3 or 4 bedrooms. And then coming in here, you can say, you know, there's just other things that you can start completely changing about this so that it's a little bit more personalized for your listing appointment. Okay, so I've changed everything that I want to change there. Now I'm going to come over here and we're going to insert a snap. And for this snap, I can go ahead and replace this. And this is all based around, you can look up addresses a couple different ways or neighborhoods a couple different ways. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to go to snapshot. So you can see I can either do it by postal code or by neighborhood. So for this one, I'm going to go and do it by postal code. Or maybe not. Sorry, didn't have my postal code turned on. So let's see what we can get. Okay, so this is showing me basically what's going on in 30097, and maybe that's where my listing is. Or I could also come back up here and search by a neighborhood. And I can just come down and click the neighborhood. And you'll see that I now have these things that I can replace here. Okay, so all I would have to do is make sure this one is highlighted, come over here and replace the image. I can also now come in and just change. I can change the subdivision. Might need to change the size of this for sure. So we'll come up and maybe a 22. We'll get rid of the hills. So you can see you can just literally make this work to your whatever you want it to look like. It gives you a lot of capabilities to move things around. The best thing is that if you feel like you messed anything up, you always have a back button or a redo button. And then coming in here and changing up the, all of this stuff is all interchangeable. So if you want to change things up, you can do that. Change the wording, make it more like you. This is all for you. Again, just going through and changing anything that you are wanting to change. Okay, you can go through the process. Okay, so this is a good example. You can see here that I actually brought this page in twice and I really only need it once. So I can literally drop down the box and hit delete. Now maybe I want this one to be before this. So all I have to do if I want to move it is click on it and drag it to the place that I want to be. Oh, maybe I did that wrong and now I want it to go back. Okay. Number one thing to remember on doing this is always titling it. So I'm going to say this is my test presentation. And it does auto save. You can see that it's saved. I always come over and hit File, Save. Now let me come to the very back page because I want to kind of show you how you can bring in some of your information here. So this of course is just the logo. So I can come over here to logos and I can interchange my logo that I want in there, literally. I can also come up here and I can go to my text button and I can start bringing in my name. Looks like we need to bring that in a different color. There we go. I can also, let me reduce the size down a little bit. Okay. I can also come here and bring in my phone numbers that I need. Okay, and then put these in place. So literally it's once you get used to the clicking around, it does actually make it a little bit easier. And you can just start maneuvering things around and you'll get the hang of it. It may take you just a few minutes to get the hang of it, yet once you do, you'll be amazed at how simple this program is to use. This program is basically based off of Canva. So if you've ever used Canva before, it's similar to Publisher, but a lot more like Canva. Okay, so literally just kind of clicking through and getting things to how you want them is really what you want to do. So now that we have done our listing presentation, we're completely happy with it. I'm going to go ahead and save one more time. I now can come over here and download this. And how I'm going to download it is I am actually going to get a PDF. I have found if you can download this as a JPEG or a PNG, yet I am going to do this as a PDF because I'm going to then convert it into a PowerPoint. So I'm going to go ahead and download my PDF, and that's doing its download. And once that comes up, I'm going to make sure it takes just a minute. Okay, so now I have downloaded this into a PDF, and I'm going to make sure that I have it saved and I'm doing it to my desktop. Okay, so from here I now can go out and find where that presentation is, and here it is. So this is being brought up in my PDF reader. And what I'm going to now do is I'm going to export this PDF into a Microsoft PowerPoint. Okay, so I'm just now bringing this into a PowerPoint presentation. And it's converting it. And there we go. So now on my listing presentation, I could already have this up and ready to go, and now it's ready to play my PowerPoint. And I can click through my PowerPoint for my sellers. So I hope you found this very helpful. Please do not hesitate to reach out if you have any questions. I'm here to help in any way I can. Go out and make it an amazing day. Talk to you soon.